welcome everybody to another episode of the Leadership Drip. I'm your host, Clay Green, and it's great to be back with you again today. On today's episode, we are continuing with the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and today's law is the Law of Navigation, which is a beacon of wisdom for those who seek to guide teams and organizations through the unpredictable waters of life. It asserts that anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. So today what we'll do is we'll set sail on profound depths of this law, examining its core concepts and understanding how it'll be applied to the real world of leadership. So let's get into this. The essence of the law of navigation is that at its core, the law of navigation underscores the critical role of leadership in setting direction. It conveys the idea that anyone can perform tasks and manage operations. It's the leader who possesses the vision, strategic insight, and ability to chart the course toward a meaningful destination. Let's break down the key elements that makes this law both impactful and irrefutable. The navigation requires vision. So leadership begins with a clear and compelling vision. A vision is not just a dream or a wish. It's a well-defined picture of where an organization or team needs to go. The leader's responsibility is to create and communicate this vision. They need to craft a narrative that motivates and inspires, providing the why behind the what. Leaders also set the direction. While management focuses on the efficient execution of tasks, leadership is about setting the direction. Think of it as the difference between a manager ensuring the ship is running smoothly and as a leader deciding where the ship should go or charting the course. Leaders make choices about where to allocate resources, which projects to pursue, and what priorities matter most. Strategic thinking is a leadership trait. The law of navigation highlights the importance of strategic thinking in leadership. Leaders don't just react to current circumstances, they anticipate challenges and opportunities on this horizon. Strategic thinking involves evaluating options, considering the risks, and making choices that align with the long-term vision. Course correction is part of the navigation. Leadership isn't just about setting a course and sitting back. Leadership must continually assess progress, monitor for changes in the environment, and be ready to adjust the course when necessary. It's not a sign of weakness to change course, it's a demonstration of adaptability and the commitment to reaching that destination. Leaders encourage team engagement. Effective leaders don't chart the course in isolation. They engage their teams in the navigation process. Team members often have the valuable insights and experiences and expertise that can contribute to course planning. This collaborative approach can result in a more informed and committed navigation. So some of the navigational tools that leadership uses. Navigating the complex waters of leadership, of course, requires more than just the desire to lead. It takes a toolkit of skills and approaches to chart this course correctly. Here are some essential navigational tools for leaders. Strategic planning. Develop a strategic plan that aligns with your vision. This plan should outline goals, key performance indicators or KPIs, and milestones. Regularly review and adjust the plan based on the information that comes and the changing circumstances. A well-crafted strategic plan is the roadmap for achieving your vision. Effective communication. As a leader, it's your job to ensure that the vision and direction are well understood by your team. Communicate clearly and regularly. Use various mediums like team meetings, emails, and one-to-one conversations to keep everyone informed. Listen actively to team feedback and concerns. Effective communication is a two-way street. Decision-making skills. Leaders are often faced with tough decisions. Develop your decision-making skills, taking into account the long-term impact of your choices. Consider using decision-making frameworks like the SWOT analysis or a cost-benefit analysis to make informed choices. Don't shy away from making decisions. Indecision can be just as damaging as poor choices. Delegate. While you chart the course, you can't do everything yourself. Effective delegation is extremely crucial. Identify the strengths of your teams and your team members, delegate the tasks accordingly, and trust your team to execute on these responsibilities. Delegation doesn't mean abdication. Stay involved and provide guidance as needed. Risk management. Navigating uncharted water often involves some risk. Effective leaders are skilled in assessing and managing that risk. Identify potential risks and create contingency plans, just in case you need them. Encourage a culture of calculated risk taking within your team. And then finally, continuous learning. The world is constantly changing, and so are the waters that you navigate. Commit to continuous learning and self-improvement. Be sure to stay informed with the industry trends, leadership best practices, and emerging technologies such as AI. Seek feedback from your team and mentors to identify areas for growth. So some real-world application of the law of navigation would include something such as business leadership. So in business leadership, you would be sure to be setting a clear business strategy. In the business world, successful leaders define a clear strategy, and this strategy serves as the roadmap for organizational growth. Adapting to market changes. Effective leaders in business continuously monitor market changes, customer preferences, and emerging technology. When they spot a shift in the market, they're ready to pivot and change course. Engaging employees. Leaders engage their employees by involving them in the decision-making process. This fosters a sense of ownership and commitment among the team. In the political leadership world, we would see this in crafting policy and legislation. Political leaders set the course for their nation or constituency by crafting policies and legislation. These actions should reflect the leader's vision for the community. Adapting to global trends. Political leaders must navigate the complex international landscape as well. They adapt to global trends and geopolitical shifts to ensure that their nation's prosperity and security. And then they listen to their constituents. Effective political leaders should be listening actively to their constituents. They gauge the pulse of their electorate and adjust their course accordingly. If you're using the law of navigation in educational leadership, you may be defining educational goals. School principals and educational administrators set the educational goals and vision for their institutions. This includes academic achievements, character development, and overall well-being of the students. They adapt to the students' needs. Effective educational leaders continually assess students' needs and adjust their programs to meet these needs. This might involve curriculum changes, support services, and extracurricular activities. And then using this law of navigation to engage their teachers and staff. Leaders in education work collaboratively with their teaching and administrative staff. They value the input of their educators and incorporate it into the school's direction. If you're working in a nonprofit leadership, you may see the law of navigation in the mission clarity. Nonprofit leaders define a clear mission and vision for their organization. This clarity, it guides all the actions and the decisions that are made. They adapt to the social issues. A nonprofit leader navigates the ever-evolving landscape of social issues. They adapt their strategies and initiatives to address emerging challenges. And then engaging volunteers and donors. Effective nonprofit leaders engage volunteers and donors by aligning their initiatives with their passions of their supporters. Some of the challenges in applying the law of navigation would include uncertainty. The future is inherently uncertain. Leaders must make decisions based on incomplete information and anticipate challenges that are more unpredictable. This uncertainty can make it difficult to chart a clear course, but it's also where the true value of leadership shines. There's resistance to change. Change can be uncomfortable and people often resist it. Leaders may encounter resistance from team members who are attached to the status quo. Effective leaders must be skilled in managing change and overcoming the resistance by communicating the benefits of the new direction, balancing short-term and long-term goals. Leaders sometimes face the challenge of balancing short-term objectives with long-term vision. Pressure to produce immediate results can lead to decisions that are incongruent with the long-term plan. Successful leaders navigate this challenge by setting short-term goals that are in alignment with the overarching vision. Ethical considerations. Leaders must navigate not only the business or organizational landscape, but the moral and ethical dimensions of their choices. Ethical dilemmas can be very challenging, and leaders must uphold ethical standards while charting the course. It's a test of leadership to maintain a moral compass while making challenging decisions. We have seen an evolution of leadership and the law of navigation over the years. Let's say using technology and data-driven navigation. In today's digital age, leaders have vast amounts of data to use. This data can inform decision-making and help leaders make more precise course corrections. Technology also enables leaders to communicate their vision more effectively, reaching a global audience through various digital platforms. Leadership in a globalized world. Globalization has also expanded the scope of leadership. Leaders must navigate not only the local landscape, but also the international markets, cultures, and regulations. This requires a deep understanding of international dynamics and the ability to adapt strategies for different regions, and then sustainability and ethical navigation. The 21st century has witnessed a growing emphasis on sustainability and corporate social responsibility. Leaders are expected to chart courses that are environmentally and socially responsible. Ethical considerations have become even more significant, and leaders who prioritize ethics are often more successful in the long run. So as we close up today, the law of navigation reminds us that leadership isn't just about taking charge. It's about taking charge with a purpose. Charting the course is a complex and ever-evolving task, one that requires vision, adaptability, and a commitment to ethical navigation. Whether you're leading a business, a nation, a school, or a nonprofit, the law serves as a timeless guide, ensuring that you navigate toward a destination that is not only productive, but also meaningful and morally sound. Effective leaders understand that the journey is as important as the destination. They inspire and motivate their teams, engaging them with the navigation process. In doing so, they transform the law of navigation from a theoretical concept into practical reality, shaping a brighter future for all who follow the course. So as you embark on your leadership journey, remember, while anyone could steer the ship, it takes a leader to chart the course. Stand ready to embrace these challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, and always keep your vision as your North Star. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Leadership Drip. If you found today's discussion valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and please leave us a review. Stay tuned for more insightful conversations on leadership and business. Until next time, I'm Clay Green, and I'll catch you leaders on the next episode.